going on, guys? Still on the road, but not too busy to make videos. And in this one, I'm going to answer a question. And I got this question from somebody on Twitter. He's in the Q research community, even though this question has nothing to do with Q, so I thought it was cool that he would ask me this. And he says, hey, sorry to bug you kind of randomly like this. You're not bugging me, man. Any of you guys out there asking me a question, you're never bugging me. But I have a question. I have an 8-month-old child and we're being pressured hard to get her vaccinated by her pediatrician. So essentially, I have no knowledge of vaccination other than there are many cases of autism, brain damage, and death resulting from them. So my question is, what is the safe method here? Are there some that are good, or should I keep her unvaccinated? And then he says, it would mean a lot for some links or personal info. Thanks. I'm just going to go ahead and make a video on this question, man, because it's a great one to throw out there. And I still see people quite often getting caught up by vaccine propaganda, by the BS that the medical establishment, the scientific establishment tries to feed us. And my answer to this question, my friend, I'll just simply offer you my own personal experience, because I do have a little one and I did not get him vaccinated at all. I am against at least all of the vaccines that Big Pharma, the pharmaceutical industrial complex, tries to give us throughout our youth. I think 69 vaccines now in the first 18 years of life through a myriad of diseases they claim to try and prevent, from polio to measles to mumps to chickenpox to, all these different shots with who knows what in there. And the reason that I did not vaccinate, and I'm telling you that me personally, if I was you, I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you what I would do in your situation. I would not get any of them, because when you look at it, right, the reason I formulate this very hardline belief on it is that if you look at history, real history, is that you'll find all of these diseases, pretty much all of them, that they claim they're preventing by vaccinating us. When the vaccines were introduced in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, these diseases were already on the decline. They already declined by like 95 to 98% before these vaccines were even introduced. And then the vaccines were introduced, and of course, the same people that own the medical systems can write the textbooks. So they've said, since they introduced the vaccines, that, oh yeah, the vaccines is what got rid of these diseases. You saw the decline, right? Yeah, it was the vaccines, it's the shots. That's bullshit. It's not. In fact, it was better nutrition, better sanitation, a highway system and refrigeration systems, better technologies where we were able to eat fresher foods, more balanced diets, like I said, sanitation. We were able to just be healthier beings, have a healthier environment, right? This is what truly causes immunity and led to the decline of vaccines, okay? So don't get caught up in the fear that vaccines prevent diseases, and if you don't get vaccines, you're gonna get these diseases, because you're really not, okay? And that sort of leads me into the next segue that I mentioned there, is that better nutrition, a cleaner environment, actual health efforts, actions, is the true way to establish immunity, not vaccines. What vaccines do is establish more of an autoimmunity. It's not the proper immune response to combat against diseases. You're injecting these things directly into your blood, you see, not going through your mucosal membranes, the probiotics of your gut, the natural immunity systems. You're shooting this stuff into your blood. That's causing an acute chronic inflammatory response, and that's why people are getting allergies, asthma, fibro, chronic fatigue, all these autoimmune, basically screwed up body syndromes. Vaccines are a major cause of that, can completely ruin our immune system. And our immune system is directly linked to our nervous system. So yes, like you mentioned, there's brain damage. There's all the symptoms and diseases associated with brain damage, ADHD, autism, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, those ones later in life, and neuropathy, even, yes, being paralyzed. I've met people before that have been paralyzed by vaccines. So all in all, I could keep ranting, but I'll just keep this really short here, is that no, I would not get your little one vaccinated. And what I would do is look into natural means to keep her healthy. Of course, when you're washing her, use chemical-free washes. I just use Castile soap, very basic, no crap in it. If you're brushing their teeth, non-fluoridated toothpaste. You know, the food, of course, the food you give them, make it fresh, make it wholesome. One thing that I did, I'm gonna offer you a suggestion here that might very well help you, is that when my little guy was very young, so yours is 8 months old now, so you could implement this very soon, if not now, is that I took applesauce and I mixed just powdered greens in the applesauce, spirulina and chlorella, two of the main ones that I added in there, and that was a very good way to get his nutrition in there, get his body healthy, because of course it's very tough to find healthy food these days. Even a lot of organic food has issues. So there you go, you could do that with your little one. She's 8 months, so if you just get a basic greens powder with no extracts, or just fine spirulina or chlorella itself, you could try to do that. It's a suggestion I'd offer to you. And there's many other things, of course, that you can do for your little one to keep them healthy. That's just a couple things you could think of and add in. So boom, there you go. Hope that answers your question. Hope that eases the fears, answers the question of anybody else out there wondering about the topic. That's just things that I've done, how I think about it. I know it's very hardlined. I'm not against injecting things into you, but in the situations we have right now, injecting products made by billion-dollar corporations that don't have my best interest at heart or my little guy's best interest at heart, no can do. Peace.